We're going live now, finally. After 14 centuries, we are officially going live. Sorry about the wait. Uh, Good bit of a mess there. Um, but we should be all good now. So hopefully that wasn't too long for you. It's going to be a good match, though. Real quickly, while we're looking at it, we might as well go over those lists real fast. OnDemand, Ray Green, running a lot of the late game pressure. And then for RebelResource, he's running the Sabine Yellow. Early game pressure is the general idea here. And he's got some new tools with the Heroic Resolve and Poe Dameron, especially. Those are the most important. I know we've gone over those two lists 4 times now, but that'll be the last time we have to do it. And yeah, so gameplay started. OnDemand has the initiative. The Arc 170 will come down first, followed by a Sabine Wren for Rebel. Make sure I can get both of these hands in there. All right, so we're going to see a Sabine ping. OnDemand continues to have the initiative, and we're all set. I know it was a long wait. I do apologize for that. All right, so ECL, Echo Base Defender will kill the Sabine, and we'll see a Millennium Falcon come out here for Rebel. Rebel hitting the, or sorry, OnDemand will hit the base and heal, and Falcon will kill the Restored Arc, and we'll see a Sabine ping come down. OnDemand with the initiative. So Rebel's drawing a lot of space units here. Kind of a tricky spot to be in. He's going to pay for the Falcon to stay out. And with OnDemand having the initiative here, he can put down the Bright Hope to really stop up that Falcon, to stop up the entire space arena, honestly. Um, and he knows that the ground threat is very minimal from the Sabine Yellow. Just really doesn't have the tools to ambush or anything like that. So he probably feels very confident in that Bright Hope play. And actually, Ray's got the initiative, or got the very early lead here in the amount of damage on the base. It's going to be important, honestly, for him to do that. Sabine will take 4 damage, killing off the Echo Base Defender, dealing 1 to the base. And OnDemand has the initiative, so it's up to RebelResource here to act. He's probably thinking about a surprise strike into that Bright Hope to clear out that space arena. And nope, he's just going to do normal damage, and then he's going to attack Falcon again with another Falcon. And we see OnDemand's single tech that he brought in here, going into the resources. That's where he likes him to be. It's a very good late game card as he's running it. Now imagine we could see Rose Tico come down with a timely intervention. It's not a bad play at all. We could also see Modified Cohort, also a very strong card, and it would allow OnDemand to give an experience with Ray. Timely intervention. Rose Tico. Going to kill the Sabine and converting her shield into 2 experience tokens. Surprise strike into the base 4/6, and OnDemand will claim the initiative, and we'll see a Sabine Wren come down. This isn't the most favorable position for Sabine. Obviously, she's got a lot of tools to, um, deal with um, or deal a lot of damage quickly. But he's already kind of in a losing battle here with only the Falcon out there to heal up, and OnDemand just has a very tough choice. I'm not sure what the delay is here, but I think it's just OnDemand choosing to resource. Debating on keeping the U-wing or not. Um, Definitely a tough call. Modified cohort is so good in this situation. I think Echo Base is probably the best to get rid of. All right, and now we're all set. And we'll see Rose Tico take care of that Sabine. And Falcon will go 3 to base. The Ray deployment here, kind of spooky. And Wing Leader to buff that space arena is huge. OnDemand will just take the initiative, and we'll see another Sabine ping. Bright Hope is actually a brilliant pull. Very good card to see when you have all of this space aggression. But we might see a U-Wing to get an even better pull. We know that there are a lot of Space Sentinels in OnDemand's list. He has cards like the Conqueror Dawns. He has the Bright Hopes, of course, which we've seen one of already, and now the second one in hand. And I believe he also has Redemption, which is out of target, but he's going to go for the safe play, putting down Bright Hope. It will be able to get a +1 counter from Ray, so we might see that. But probably not, honestly. Oh, he is going to do it. Yeah, that's kind of an odd play. Rose Tico will go 4 to base. For a cause I believe in. Will hit twice. And I believe that's just going to be a GG here. Um, Ryan not liking that pull at all. 2 of his surprise strikes gone in an instant. Probably the worst for a cause I've seen in a while. But in a list that doesn't have a ton of, not super consistent with it, I think it's approximately a 65% chance to get a 3 or more. So can't be too mad sometimes when it pops up that way. And Sabine pings and puts down another space unit. Not sure how he grabbed. Oh, yeah. Falcon will go back to hand. And honestly, I think you just go for the. If you're on demand, I think you just go for the U Wing to put down a Sentinel. Ah, but he's going to go for Luke. And, oh, yeah, he just kills the A Wing. Yeah, that makes sense. Six to base with that Falcon. And 4 more with Rose Tico. And I think this one is all but locked up in favor of On Demand. All right, and we're on to a very quick game 2. Go ahead and take a look at the list again real fast. So in this Ray matchup, Rebel might want to bring in those wolves to stop the healing. That can be very powerful later in the game, especially when you have Rays and Lukes out on the board. But honestly, I don't think he's going to be switching up too much here. All things considered, you just don't want to be playing that late anyway. And that's kind of what I imagine Rebel is saying to himself here. As far as On Demand, obviously the space was a massive threat in this game, so he might bring in those 2 Concord Dons to deal with that space aggression. It's not a bad idea whatsoever. You could take out the Kylos in some of those later game cards, maybe the switch sides or true sides as well, which just gives him more options to deal with the threat RebelResource is able to put out there. So we'll see what these guys decide. And we're on to game 2.
Getting stronger every day. Keep on pushing through the pain. Keep on grinding till we die. Ain't no mercy in this life. There's no
All right, so yeah, going into this round, we saw the trade with the ARC 170 and the A Wing, um, and now OnDemand has a couple of options in hand. We're probably going to see like a modified cohort or the Echo Based Defender come down just to block up that ground arena a little bit. Um, but RebelResource does have a lot of pressure coming from the space arena, with the Red Threes and the Valiant Assault ships that we see in hand, as well as the Wing Leader on board. Um, Definitely threatens a lot of damage, and he's already got 5 on base, which is yeah, a good chunk to deal with so early on. So we'll wait and see here what they end up going with. Looks like we're going to see a pass and pass again. And OnDemand is playing a dangerous game. He knows that the Sabine's going to come out, so just waiting for that. We're going to see the timely intervention with the Echo Based Defender to deal 4 damage to that Sabine, which essentially forces Sabine to die this round. There's no way he can really deal with it besides that. And OnDemand will end up with the initiative here. Sabine will deal 1 to base and die, and then Wing Leader will deal 2 to base, going up to 9 damage on base. We continue to see more space threat coming through. The Valiant Assault ship does have a Saboteur, which can deal a lot of damage. Yeah, on attack, it can get a +2/+0 as well. So, depending on if the conditions are met, we could very well see that. Looks like he's going to not resource, which is that condition. So, that will be hitting for 5 this round. And OnDemand doesn't have a fantastic board or hand to deal with these space threats. He can stop up the space arena a little bit with Bright Hope, but honestly, with the Valiant Assault ship and a Wing Leader in hand, we're probably going to see quite a bit of damage come through this round. That card, a 4-drop to have Saboteur in space, is uh, unheard of in Star Wars Unlimited. It's just an extremely strong card to deal quick damage. I've been liking it myself in Sabine, and yes, we are going to see the Bright Hope. It's pretty much forced in this game to do that. And Rebel now has a choice to make. Does he go for the Bright Hope and kill it with the Valiant Assault ship? He can surprise strike it to definitely kill it. We're gonna see a Sabine ping come through real quick, and then we're gonna see a experience on that Bright Hope. That is a 3/7. And Spark of Rebellion comes out. U-wing reinforcement is almost 100% going to be taken. Tough call. So he's going to go with the modified cohort. Um, in my opinion, it's also a strong card to get rid of, and we'll see the surprise strike here to go for 8 to the base, putting 18 damage total on demand's base. And we see a hand uh, almost entirely filled with space units for Rebel Resource. Pretty crazy. And On Demand does pull another Bright Hope. Yeah, and I think Rebels got this game in the bag. Just too much damage coming through for On Demand to really stop it. And the Leia Organa there can stop Ray from healing this round, uh, meaning that there's probably going to be, what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage coming through to base, which would end it. So, yeah, it's a tough call. Oh, so he's not going to wait for red 3, and he's going to allow the Ray to heal. Interesting play. Leia will tap the Bright Hope, and I believe On Demand takes the initiative here. He's in a very good spot. Bean goes for the ping, and that puts 21 damage total on Demand's base. If he lets through any attacks here, that's basically game over. Wing Leader, Sacrificial Lamb to deal 2 damage to the Bright Hope, um, or 3 damage. My apologies. Oh, and there's a Fleet Lieutenant for Rebel. And On Demand has 7 resources. He can go with a U-Wing reinforcements, but I don't believe he is running anything that has ambush in the space arena. Um, we could see redemption can't be grabbed. What could we see to save him here? I don't think there's anything really. Let's see. So we got 7 damage coming through with the Valiant assault ship. Um, or sorry, 6 damage with red 3. Um, yeah, so a heal of 3 could potentially save the game here momentarily, at least. And then relying on the Luke Skywalker to finish things up. Killing the Leia Organa on the ground was a massive play there. But I don't think On Demand really has the stamina here to finish this. Um, he's got no healing potential. Unless I'm missing something entirely. I think he's just going to concede that. And we're on to an exciting game 3. Yeah, I do apologize about the time. That was initially supposed to happen a couple hours ago. So, stuff like that happens. Waiting on resourcing here. Not sure what's taking so long. There we go. Mark 174 on demand. And we're going to see a Green Squadron A Wing come out for Rebel Resource. On demand will keep the initiative. And he's definitely pulling a lot more of those space units that you would want to see as as the control player in this match. And the Concord Dawn interceptors, 1-3 with Sentinel, very strong and very potent here. Probably going to see the Overwhelm come through with that card. Um, and the Restored Arc will hit the base. And On Demand will keep the initiative. Sabine will hit the base for 3. And some interesting choices here. We could see the Sundari Peacekeepers come out to finish off the Bean and heal 2 from the base. Looks like we're going to see. And it looks like Rebel's debating on whether or not to go with a uh, the Valiant assault ship. Gonna go for an experience on the Sundari Peacekeepers. And Sabine will hit the base for 3 more damage. And there's the Valiant assault ship. Definitely a very powerful card. Um, quite a bit of utility that we've seen from it so far. But it looks like OnDemand's in a better position to deal with that space aggression and not too worried about it overall. It looks like he's going for more of a, just survive until we can get Ray out and then start healing a whole bunch. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that ends up playing out for him. We did see RebelResource decide not to resource this turn, which means that the assault ships will get the +2/+0, but Poe Dameron can't come out this turn, which I think is a very impactful card. So I'm kind of curious on what the choice there was, um, or why that decision was made. Sabine forcing the trade with the Echo base, and the Arc 170 will deal 2 damage to the base. Full ship for 5 into the base, and we'll see a experience on that Sundari Peacekeeper, and another Valiant assault ship. That's a lot of damage. And a potential of 10 damage from that space arena. This turn is quite a bit. We could also see the surprise strike for an additional 3, so that's 13. And the heroic sacrifice would make that 15. So this could very well be game over. Oops. Let's see, with the Sabine ping, we're 1 short. The 1 assault ship is going to take out the Arc 170. This will open up the Sindaris to hit the base. Heal. See an R2D2 come out, followed by Poe Dameron. Now Poe can definitely die this turn. We've got the modified cohort to deal 4 damage to Poe. Looks like OnDemand still deciding if that's what he needs to do here. I think that seriously helps him. Especially since we're talking about him missing a Ray deployment. That's kind of a tough call. But looks like he's going to decide to not go for that. And Rebel does have to decide if he wants to put down a resource this turn first. Um, let's see. No resource. I think OnDemand has to do it. Even though he's going to be taking an extra 4 damage from putting down that resource. The Ray will heal at least 3 of that, and the damage for, at least 3 more damage coming with Ray can solidify the game in his favor. So I don't think that that's a massive downside. He also has a Vanquish in hand that he can use to kill a Podameron or a Assault Chip. So I yeah I don't think that not putting a resource here is that crazy. And yeah, this Podameron hitting the base for 9, a discard for 11, and then yeah, still deciding what to do here. Poe does a boatload of damage. Looks like he's going to go for 2 discards. And a discard from hand. No problem there for OnDemand. He can get rid of a timely intervention. Then he's going to be taking 11 damage to base, putting him up to over 20. Heal will keep him alive. Five to base, and a Vanquish comes out here, killing the Assault Ship. But a 4 cause I believe in will finish him off. Massive win there for RebelResource, barely pulling it out by the skin of his teeth. Honestly, that was one of the closest games we've seen in a while. Yeah, so well played. Yeah, talking about the insane luck there with the Valiant Assault Ship. One of the best cards that RebelResource put in there with the new set. It's one of my favorite cards personally. And a 3/4. And with Sabine, you already don't want to resource more than you have to. So this also gives you more ammunition for Poe to toss those cards that you would have put it down as resources just because you could. Now is a very powerful factor for you. So Blonde Sabine still alive and well, taking care of this the Ray list. I think OnDemand made a slight error or a misplay potentially by not resourcing a turn earlier and healing the 3. Um, Ray is a very powerful card, so not being able to put her out on the battlefield at all uh, definitely dampens his ability to deal with his opponent. So well played to both of these guys. Yeah, massive game there. Could have gone either way with a slight tweak in one favor or another. So yeah, well done again to these guys, and we'll see RebelResource advance to the next round.